you, along with your co-defendants, participated in multiple beatings of incarcerated individual Robert Brooks, which ultimately resulted in that individual's death. Do you admit that all to be true?
Yes.
So what? We belong to everybody. We're paying for it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the unit.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID. Thank you. Yeah, I understand you came to check, but trying to run my ID to find anything, no, that's illegal.
Okay, you can. I'll give you my name and badge number.
You know, I try not to file lawsuits. You understand, young
you can have my
man?
name and
But you're
badge
a
number.
dumb mother effer.
Okay, well you can.
You
back
don't
up.
get to detain people. No, you can back up. No, you can back up.
Chill out.
Shh.
If you would like to.
Because you're filming me right now.
You can get in trouble.
I'm not feeling comfortable in front of the camera, sir.
You can get in trouble for not giving me your guard card.
I'm not feeling comfortable in front of the camera. Please, I'm calling the police.
What happens when a cop and a prison guard beat a man near an armory, then allegedly finish him off in custody? How did it get this far, and who's really responsible? This case raises serious questions. Are you ready to hear the truth?
Now, this is the matter of the people against Christopher Walrath, indictment 25035, calendared for a possible disposition here this morning. I do have a number of requests from local news media to cover today's proceedings. Any objection, counsel?
No objection, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Fitzpatrick.
No, Your Honor.
And the court will permit the same. As I said, the matter is calendared today. It's the court's understanding that the parties may now have arrived at an agreed-upon disposition. And I'll just begin by noting it's my understanding further, Mr. Fitzpatrick, that this disposition's been arrived at after you have considered the various levels of culpability of the co-defendants involved in this case, and you believe the proposed disposition is appropriate for this specific defendant's level of culpability, and further that this offer has been extended only after consultation with and having received agreement from the victim's family. Do I have that right?
You have everything correct, Your Honor.
So let me state my complete understanding of the proposal then. That is that the defendant would be pleading guilty to count 2 of the indictment that charges the felony offense of manslaughter in the first degree, and the agreed upon sentence would then be 15 years in state prison along with 5 years post-release supervision, a waiver of appeal, and mandatory state surcharges, and that would satisfy the remaining count contained in this indictment. Is that the people's understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kafruti, that's your understanding?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Walrath, is that your understanding of the proposal to resolve these charges, and is that what you want to do here today?
Yes, sir.
Please raise your right hand. Sir, do you now swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You may put your hand up. Mr. Walrath, I'm going to ask you some questions now. These are to help me decide if I can accept your plea or not. So if at any time you do not hear a question, you do not understand, or you need a moment to stop and speak further with your attorney, then you have to let me know that, okay?
Sir.
You understand by answering my questions and pleading guilty here this morning, you're giving up your right to remain silent and to not incriminate yourself.
Yes.
Have you spoken with your attorney about your case, about pleading guilty, and thereby waiving your right to have a trial?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes.
Have you had enough time now to speak with your attorney about your case?
Yes.
The charge you are to plead guilty to pursuant to this agreement is count 2 of this indictment. It charges you with the felony offense of manslaughter in the first degree, that is in violation of penal law sections 125.20 subdivision 1 and also 20.00, as you are charged under an accomplice liability theory. It's alleged here that on or about the 9th day of December 2024, while you were here in the county of Oneida in the town of Marcy, you, along with your co-defendants, acting in concert with each other, being corrections officers, and intending to cause serious physical injury to another person, you did cause the death of that person, that being that you, along with your co-defendants, participated in multiple beatings of incarcerated individual Robert Brooks, which ultimately resulted in that individual's death. Do you admit that all to be true?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzpatrick, did you want anything further for the elocution?
A few series of questions with the court's permission.
You may go right ahead.
Mr. Walrath, you were assigned to work in the Arsenal area of Marcy Correctional Facility on December the 9th, 2024. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you leave your post inside of the Arsenal area on December the 9th against departmental policy and procedures upon the arrival of Robert Brooks?
Yes.
Did you and your fellow corrections officers, Nicholas Kiefer, Nicholas Anzalone, and Robert Kessler, assault Robert Brooks outside of the Arsenal on December the 9th, 2024?
Yes.
During that assault, did you put Robert Brooks in a chokehold against departmental policy and procedure?
Yes.
On December the 9th, while in the emergency room of the Marcy Correctional Facility, did you and other corrections officers assault Robert Brooks?
Yes.
During that assault, did you strike Robert Brooks about his body?
Yes.
And did you intentionally strike him in his groin?
Yes.
Were you aware at that time that striking an incarcerated individual in the groin is against departmental policy and procedure?
Yes.
Is it correct that you never reported the use of force that was used on Robert Brooks near the Arsenal area at Marcy Correctional?
Yes.
Is it correct that you never reported the use of force that was used on Robert Brooks in the emergency room at Marcy Correctional?
Yes.
You were aware, sir, were you not, that you were required to report any and all uses of force on an incarcerated individual, whether justified or not?
Yes.
And nevertheless, you lied about the use of force used on Robert Brooks on December the 9th, 2024.
Yes.
And sir, at the emergency room, you did nothing to prevent the assault or protect Mr. Brooks. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you realize that these repeated assaults caused serious physical injury to Mr. Brooks and resulted in his death.
Yes.
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Walrath, how then do you plead to the second count, manslaughter in the first degree, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
How old are you now, Mr. Walrath?
36.
And you can read and write the English language, correct?
Yes.
You're a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Do you have any physical or mental problems that could prevent you from understanding what you're doing here today?
No.
Did you consume any kind of drug, medicine, or alcohol before coming to court that could affect your understanding?
No.
You're not currently on any form of probation or parole, are you?
No.
By pleading guilty, you are giving up your right to have a jury trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
At a jury trial, you would be presumed innocent and you would be entitled to the following rights: to be represented by your attorney, to confront and cross-examine witnesses presented by the government. You'd have the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. You would have the right, but would not be required, to call witnesses, or you could testify on your own behalf. You would also have the right to require the government to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury of 12 people who would have to be unanimous in finding you guilty. Do you understand? You have each of these rights, and by pleading guilty here today, you're giving up each of these rights.
Yes.
You understand, by pleading guilty, you're also giving up any defense you might have to these charges.
Yes.
Now, a plea of guilty is the same as a verdict of guilty rendered by a jury after a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Other than the plea and sentence agreement I spoke of earlier, has anyone made any other promises to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Did anyone threaten you or force you to plead guilty?
No.
Have you entered this plea today voluntarily and of your own choice?
Yes.
You understand that those that are incarcerated for a felony conviction do lose their right to vote in an election until such time as they are released.
Yes.
And now lastly, sir, part of your negotiated plea here does require that you waive your right to appeal. As a defendant in this court, if convicted, you have a separate and distinct right to appeal a judgment of conviction to a higher court in Rochester known as the Appellate Division. There you can, with your attorney, and a free one if you cannot afford it. You can file a brief and argue before that court that there exists some problem with your conviction here in this court. That is a right you have. It's also a right you can waive or give up, and it is being required that you waive your right to appeal on condition I give you the sentence promised to you. That means your conviction and sentence in this court will likely be final, so there's then little you can do to go back after the fact to try and change that. You will have thereby significantly limited your options for appeal in the future. Do you understand?
Yes.
Have you spoken with your attorney about waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, I have.
Do you then agree to waive your right to appeal on condition I give you the sentence promised?
Yes.
And are you doing so voluntarily?
Yes.
I'm holding up for you a document entitled Waiver of Right to Appeal. Halfway down the page, I see the signature, Christopher Walrath. Did you sign this document here after reading through it and reviewing it with your attorney?
Yes.
Based upon the defendant's statements and his demeanor here in court, I find a knowing voluntary plea with a factual basis. I will direct the clerk to enter the plea into the minutes of this court to adjourn the sentence on this.
July 16th.
Your Honor, it was my understanding that the people were not going to object to our request to have the sentencing take place on August 1st.
I know you did need that a little bit. You don't have any objection to going out there?
No, August 1st is a Friday, Judge. I don't know if council prefers August 4th, which is a Monday. And we have no objection to him remaining out, getting his affairs in order, and I've also discussed that with the family.
We appreciate that, and we would prefer the 4th.
All right, then. August 4th at 9:30 a.m. for sentencing. And you're going to remain out on the bond that you posted, Mr. Walrath, but that's going to be with some conditions attached as part of our plea agreement here. Condition 1 is you do have to meet and cooperate truthfully with the probation department as they prepare your pre-sentence investigation. Condition 2, you have to come back to the court on any date you're required to be here. As of right now, you know that's August 4th at 9:30 in the morning to be sentenced. The third condition is you must commit no offenses. There are to be no new arrests of any kind between now and the time of your sentencing. Do you understand each of those conditions?
Yes.
If you fail to abide by one or more of those conditions, I would not be bound by the sentence agreement. I would not permit you to withdraw your plea, and I would be authorized to sentence you to any term my law permits. You understand that?
Yes.
You can speak with probation on your way out regarding setting up your PSI. I'll see you back here August 4th. Anything further from either side?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, counsel.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What would you do if you knew the law inside and out, like a lawyer, and got pulled over or confronted by the police? In this video, we're diving into a real showdown. One person, armed with legal knowledge, standing their ground against law enforcement. It's not just about rights, it's about knowing how to use them.
Here is another lawyer who used his constitutional rights to control the cops who thinks they know better than him.
Here's my business card.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID?
Yeah.
That's a slick business card.
Yep.
All right. I'll give it to him. You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, again, we're kind of concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So
Emmanuel Olawale was standing outside his law office in Westerville on Saturday around noon, disposing of trash in the nearby dumpster. At that moment, officers from the Westerville police approached him and attempted to run his ID. However, he declined their request and asserted his rights by refusing to comply.
all right.
I'll be back. Just don't run it. Don't run my ID.
Don't run your ID.
You have no reason to.
Well, we're going to at least mark it down. We're going to take down your information.
Nope. I'm on my property. Put in trash in mine.
Okay, this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law. So
No one said that you were violating any law.
No, don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identify myself so that this won't escalate.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're going to do.
No, don't turn this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. We're just simply marking down who we're out with. Yeah. So he's just going to write it down on a piece of paper.
Just your name. Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
But you've already discovered it. Do you want me to show you my office?
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It
complex.
belongs to me.
To you and you alone.
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
This dumpster belongs to the property.
Okay,
and
that's
I'm dumping my stuff in there.
That's my point, though. Is that if it's also other units?
So what? It belongs to everybody. We're paying for it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the units.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID. Thank you. Yeah, I understand you came to check, but trying to run my ID to find anything, no, that's illegal.
He refused to be violated by the cops. He can only provide his license and registration if this was a traffic stop. But because this was not a traffic stop, he doesn't even need to provide his ID because he have not violated any law, and the cops did not suspect him of committing any crime. Speaking of traffic stops, here is a solicitor who schooled a dumb cop after pulling him over.
Here we go again.
Knock your engine off for me, sir, please.
Say that again, sorry?
Could you just knock your engine off for me, sir? Lovely.
Why have you pulled me over this time?
Well, we just got a report of a vehicle matching this description, dealing drugs in the area. So, have you got your licence on you at all?
I have, yeah. Dealing drugs in this area?
That's correct, sir.
Right, what you need to do is take me off the ANPR registration, because this is the 5th time this month you pulled me over. Do you understand that?
Are you known to the police at all?
No, I am not. I work with the police.
Okay. In what capacity, sir?
I'm a solicitor.
A solicitor, right. Normal solicitor attire there, I see.
Yeah. So you're in a mood. Can you explain why you've pulled me over?
Like I say, sir, there's been reports of a vehicle matching this description dealing in the area, so we'd like to take a look around if that's okay with you.
That's not okay with me. I do not consent to searching my vehicle.
Wow.
Unless you have due suspicion that I am carrying illegal or illicit subject possessions, then you do not have the right to search my vehicle.
Do you smoke cannabis in this car at all, sir?
Oh, we're pulling the old I can smell cannabis trick, are we?
Yeah, there's a little bit. There's a.
Just bear with me, I can't find my
shall we say?
licence. I have my Australian licence and my UK licence. There you
Thank
go.
you very much, sir. Okay, so you're local to the area. Do you want to look around at all?
No, I will not.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand the law at all, officer?
Well, I like to think that I've got a relatively good idea about it. How about yourself?
I'm a solicitor.
So you keep saying, but do you have any proof of that at all?
I don't need to prove anything to you. You've got my details there. Are you detaining me or am I free to go?
Well, we'd like to have a look around your vehicle if we may.
Are you arresting me, officer?
I'm not arresting you at the moment, but we have our suspicions and we'd like to have a look around the
What
vehicle.
suspicions do you have?
As I say, this vehicle has matched the description.
Could I have those back, please?
Yes, of course.
Okay, under the Section 163 of the Road Traffic Act, you are allowed to stop me. Under
Correct.
Section 164, you are not allowed to search my vehicle unless you've got evidence that I'm carrying something illegal. Evidence.
Well,
Where's
if you
the
were carrying
evidence?
anything, sir, you'd allow us to have a quick look around the vehicle, wouldn't it?
That's an argument that I'm not willing to go into.
Okay, there's...
Am I free to go?
Now, if you just hold on fire there for me, sir, while we just do our checks with your registration.
What checks are you doing?
Well, we're just going to check the registration, see if there's anything outstanding on your vehicle,
You carry on.
and we'll go from there. Thank you, sir. Stay there for me.
Okay, you realise I've issued your police department with a Section 10. You need to take my vehicle registration off your ANPR database.
Okay, well, if there's no problem there, sir, we will make sure that happens.
If this carries on, I will be suing for compensation for stress and undue time delay.
Okay,
This has happened over and over again.
No problem.
With no fair explanation why I'm pulled over.
okay. Well, we'll
No.
cross that bridge when we get to it, sir. If you
You
just
go
bear
ahead.
with me, sir.
Ridiculous.
Officers don't have the right to search your car without any reasonable suspicion. Hence, they will be violating your rights and can be sued for that. When the cop realized he's messing with a higher authority, he let the solicitor go.
What would you do if cops arrested you for no reason, then admitted they could hold you until they find a crime? No charges, no rights, just wait. Sounds unreal? It's not.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good, what's going on?
Just doing our investigation.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I told them you probably wouldn't come, and I told them if you're not coming, we'll just leave now.
Okay.
Because they didn't want to cooperate. And you know that. I already spoke with you, so you know we're not going to try to force cooperation like the police would do. No, we're not cops. We wouldn't get violent with anybody.
So we're just going to talk to them real quick about why we got called here. Okay?
Sure.
But as of right now, we are on a call for service, so we'll just be speaking to you briefly about it once we finish talking to them.
Okay.
Alright.
Are we detained then?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, we're detained.
It's a call for service. You're not free to go.
Oh, a call for service? What crime are we suspected of?
So right now, that's what we're going to talk to them.
What crime are we suspected of?
You're detained for investigation. Okay.
Investigation of what crime?
Just hang out for me. Okay.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and out the door.
No.
Am I detained?
You're not free to
For
leave.
what crime?
You are not free to
For
leave.
what crime?
You are
What's your
not-
name?
you are not-
L-E-I-N-A?
Officer
Are you her?
you're not
Are
free
you
to
a
leave.
supervisor?
No.
But you're not free to leave.
What crime? What crime do you suspect me of?
Our supervisor right there, but you're not free to leave. right
What
this second.
crime do you suspect me of?
You're not free to
What crime do you suspect
Okay,
me of?
so keep your voice down.
I don't have to keep my voice down.
You can be charged with disorderly, okay?
Do you know what disorderly is? Come on, I'm not new here.
Alright, just-
This is my job. You understand that?
I understand. So
Okay.
just hang out for me.
No, I'm not. I don't need to hang out for
Okay.
you. Are you- Hey, can we go, man?
No, you're not free to leave.
You need to stop.
I don't need to stop. I'm telling you what you need to do, and you're going to
What crime do you suspect me of?
So we're free to talk to you after. We're going to talk to them. We're going to find out what they called us to, okay?
So you don't know why you're here, but I'm detained?
You're here for a call for service. They called on you guys about being disorderly right now, so we're going to...
Do you know what disorderly is?
So, I I'm not answering your question.
So you suspect me of being disorderly? Is that what you're saying?
So we're investigating. You
Do you-
can't be detained for an investigation.
For investigation of a crime, you have
Okay,
to suspect me.
so-
Do you know what reasonable articulable suspicion is, boy?
Okay, I'm not doing.
Do you know what reasonable? You're not going down this route. What, the law? Obeying the law? You're not going down that route?
Well, you can chill right here. Okay, you can just hang out for me.
I want to leave now.
You're not free to leave.
You're not free to leave.
Why is that?
Because we're conducting an
Hey
investigation.
guys, this is Oro Valley Police Department. They're detaining me right now for investigation of which crime? Which crime?
Excuse me. How you doing? So we were just checking. We get reports. Different things are going on. We're just making sure that everything's good.
Am I free to go?
Now you are.
If,
You are free to go.
great. All right. I need your card. I need your card. And I need your card right now.
For sure. Okay, you can. I give you my name and badge number.
You know, I try not to file lawsuits. You understand, young
you can have
man?
my name and
But you're
badge
a
number.
dumb mother effer.
Okay, well you can.
You don't get to detain people. No, you can back up. No, you can back up.
Chill out.
If you would like to, any
Go
kind of
ahead. Sorry.
complaints.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're
Go
fine. I
ahead.
understand.
Go ahead, Nichols. Nicholson.
Yep, Nicholson. I understand that.
You're dismissed. Walk away.
I'm not
Sorry. Go ahead. He keeps approaching me aggressively.
He's fine right here.
Nicholson, we're not going to have any issues.
No, I know
Here,
that.
let me. We're fine. Right?
Absolutely. And I have no issue with you. I understand you guys are doing your investigation.
When's the last time you were deposed?
If you wouldn't
I'm
mind.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Let me take some deep breaths. I get really upset when people threaten violence upon me. I've never threatened violence upon anyone in here. And when you tell me I'm detained and I try to walk out the door and you block my way, that's violence. Can you ask the violent man to leave so we can just have a calm talk? Out the door. Out the door. I'm no threat whatsoever. Look.
I understand that. I understand that.
Ask the violent man to leave, please, so we can just be reasonable.
It's just you and I talk right now.
Okay. She can stay and you can stay. These two both detained me. They can go. She didn't detain me.
No, and so that's what you and I are just talking. You're free to leave at any point you want.
Okay.
I understand you wanted to talk, so.
And let's have him leave. Please.
You mind just stepping out? Absolutely.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate
Thanks.
you.
Him as well. He detained me as well. She can stay as backup. You already know I got no weapons. If I were going to hurt you, I'd hurt you. If you were going to hurt me, you'd hurt me. Okay, cool. I'll even sit down. How's that?
If you want to, that is perfect.
All right, let's bring this down. Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Mr. Nicholson.
So, like I said, what happened is we get a call that essentially it comes back that someone's being combative in the lobby. And that's what we were trying to figure out is what does combative mean? Is it physically, anything like that? That's why they were trying to figure out what happened.
Okay.
Talked with them. They said, no, just you didn't like their answer, this and that. And
Sure.
that's all I needed to hear. And everything's fine. You guys are good to take off if you want to leave.
Okay.
Anything like that. I understand that you were asking about
Salaries.
Salaries.
Yeah.
As far as I know, that information is either online
Right.
or directed through HR.
Right, and we're aware. We had a wonderful conversation with Torres and one of her partners earlier today. We explained everything we're doing. No secrets, no nothing. Torres, I'm glad you showed up too, because a lot of times.
I was already still here on scene. I was just on court actually, so I just finished up.
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of times guys like him show up, they don't know what's going on, and anyways. So, a couple of things at this point then.
Okay.
You got a report that someone was being combative?
That's just the information that somebody was in the lobby was being combative.
Is there
the term that was used?
Can you tell me, is there a definition for combative?
I don't know off the top of my head. Typically, combative means a couple of things. We don't know what that means until we get here, which is why we got to talk to the other party real quick. As soon as we verify that combative wasn't anything physical and it was their interpretation of something, we have no issue to believe a crime was committed, anything like that.
So when you walked in, were you under the impression that a crime was committed? Personally?
Right, I'm sorry?
Were you personally under the impression that a crime had been committed when you walked in?
We don't know, and that's what we have to investigate.
Right.
We don't know.
You don't know?
We don't know. So what we're doing is we're trying to verify that a crime has not been committed.
Are you under the... Sorry, go ahead.
And so that's all we're doing. I think that took me probably 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, to verify that it was just their interpretation, that they didn't agree with what you were saying, you didn't agree with what they were saying, and so they called us, and somewhere along the words, combative was taken, and that's what we just got to verify, that it's nothing, no crime, nothing like that.
Are you under the impression that you can detain someone without actual reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime?
So in investigative purposes, detention is applicable. And so when we're just trying to verify that nothing physical has occurred, at that point, we just got to verify that information and make sure that a crime has not, in fact, been committed.
Okay, so when you came in, you didn't know if a crime was committed or not?
No, we got to conduct an investigation.
Was I detained then?
At that point, yes, we have to confirm.
Okay, great, perfect. So you didn't know if a crime was committed,
For an investigative purpose.
Right. You didn't know a crime was committed, right?
Nope.
And you detained me.
Those officers detained you, and yes.
Did you detain me as well?
I was conducting the investigation, but at that point we have to confirm that a crime in fact has not been committed.
I just need to know who all detained me so I can put the names on the litigation. Did you detain me?
Yep.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. And again, you did not know that a crime was committed. Is that right?
We do not know.
And you didn't even have reasonable articulable suspicion that a crime
We
was
have to
committed.
verify that a crime has not been committed based on the information.
Okay, so it's guilty until proven innocent?
It's an investigative purpose.
Great.
So.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
So it's I was guilty until proven innocent.
No,
Is that right?
no one's guilty.
Well,
Just
I was
like
detained.
They can't leave. If they're calling us saying that something's happened, we have to talk
Really?
to them. But it's
They can't
investigation.
leave? They can't leave?
They're calling us saying, they call us and say a crime's been committed, and they're not giving us any information, they try and leave. What is happening at that point? We can't say you're guilty without getting any more information. If they want to leave, at that point we're like, you can leave, but we're not going to conduct an investigation.
This is rich.
Okay.
This is good. Okay, so did you detain me? Please say no. Just say no, Torres. I don't want to put your name on the lawsuit.
How's that?
You didn't detain me, right?
So, if you have any further questions, you can direct them towards me. And if that's not applicable, we can direct you towards the officer.
I'm going to put that Torres did not detain me. She never did say I was
Perfect.
detained.
That is
You
absolutely-
never verbalized that I was detained.
That is absolutely perfect.
Torres is just a really, really good cop.
Yes, she is. Absolutely.
And we're trying to keep the good ones around. We're trying to get rid of, I mean, if you have a willingness to learn and get better, we might keep you, Nicholson.
Absolutely.
But as long as you think that,
Education is important.
as long as you think you get to detain people until you find out if a crime was committed, you're definitely on the chopping block.
Okay, perfect.
So-
And that's perfectly understandable from your point of view. I'm not going to argue with you
And
about
from a
that.
legal standpoint,
Okay,
and from
absolutely.
yeah,
I'm not going to argue
the court's
with you
point of
about
view,
Okay.
everyone's point of view.
Yeah, no, perfect.
We live in a society of law and order, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we want to.
Absolutely.
But then we have people who break the law. Right?
Okay,
Detain
perfect.
people without reasonable articulable suspicion.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like we can articulate that, but that's okay.
Well, you just told me.
Yeah.
You verbalized that you
For an
did not
investigative detention.
believe that I committed a crime. All three of you verbalized that you did not believe I committed a crime.
Okay.
And you still detained me.
Okay.
You know what? You know what would have happened if I decided to leave anyways while he was trying to block my way, and I used any amount of force necessary to leave?
What's that?
You probably would have beat me up pretty bad, huh?
I would sure hope not.
Yeah, they would have put hands on. They would have physically stopped me, except for Torres. I could tell her demeanor. I could read her energy.
Absolutely. She's
She
a
already knew what
phenomenal
was going on,
officer. Absolutely.
and she wanted none of this bullshit that you guys were doing.
She's a phenomenal officer.
She is.
So, like I said, if you have any further questions, what I would love to do...
I just need I need information for the three of
Absolutely.
you
I
so
can
that I
do
can.
that for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
People like Torres are in a tough position, though. You know,
Absolutely.
because she's got two officers here that she knows are breaking the law,
Okay.
that she knows are doing something wrong. But the tough thing is, if she stands up against them and says, "Hey, guys, whoa," now she's probably going to get bullied. She's probably going to get treated bad within the
I don't
department.
think so.
Really? Dude, I've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah.
I have literally watched good cops get fired.
Oh.
You know why? Because of doing the right thing.
Well, I believe that she would be just fine.
When you're part of a criminal enterprise and you're not willing to go along with the criminals, it can be very difficult.
Oh, I could understand that. So if there's any further questions, what I would love to do, like I said, is direct you towards Sergeant Durbin Kelsey, who is part of our internal affairs over there.
Okay.
And if there's any further questions, like I said, regarding salaries, I know that's what you've been looking for. You can direct that towards either online, like I said, all that stuff should be available online.
Durbin?
Or HR. Yes, Kelsey.
All right, I've got LPO Nicholson. What's LPO mean?
The lead police officer.
Lead police officer.
Yes, sir.
Trying to make sergeant?
I'm just enjoying my time right now.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I didn't have my daughter with me, we would have pushed this a little farther. I would have walked out that door. I would have taken the beating. Yeah.
Oh, I would hope it wouldn't come to that.
Do you understand Arizona is a stand your ground state? When you're unlawfully attacked, you have every right to defend yourself by any means necessary.
Okay.
Are you aware that even if you're a police officer, when you unlawfully attack someone, they have the right to defend themselves against you?
Absolutely, you could try that.
And that's-
I would hope that we.
Oh, I know.
I would hope that we won't ever come to that
And
situation.
what would happen if I did defend myself against an unlawful attack from you?
I hope we don't have to find out, but officers are going to do what we need to do.
Right.
And I can't tell you.
You'd probably be willing to kill me over an unlawful detention, wouldn't you? The question is, are people willing to do the same to you?
The thing is, I have, my policy that dictates my use of force, and I'm going to stick to that.
Yeah.
I can't give you hypotheticals.
And as
I
long
prefer not to do this
and as long as
game with
and
you.
as long as you have a policy, you can't be sued. But it doesn't protect you from someone defending themselves against you. So
Well,
you can when you attack the wrong person and you end up in front of God and you're like, what happened? I was following my policies. How'd that work out for you? Right? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, huh? Go ahead and get out of here. You're dismissed.
I walked into North Bay City Hall to file a Freedom of Information request, totally legal. But some staff felt uncomfortable, called security, and next thing you know, the cops showed up. What happened next? Let's just say someone got educated.
I had a chat with my superior in bylaw, so you can be filming inside the city hall. Okay, if you're not gonna stop, I'm gonna call the police on you.
I just need to go to the 5th floor to get a Freedom of Information request form.
But you need to put the camera down.
Is this private property?
It's a public property, but you can't be
Okay, it's
filming
public
everybody.
property. I'm not filming, I'm not going around and filming everybody. I'm filming artwork and stuff.
You work here from downtown, for 20 minutes, so you're supposed to
I was here for 20 minutes. My recording's only been going for about 12.
I said I'm constantly in 20 minutes. Yeah, call me, otherwise it's all the Want to comment?
Can't hear you, 1 second.
I'll call you first.
If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Sure, go, call the police. I'm in a public place. You even admitted it yourself. I'd like to go to the 5th floor and get a Freedom of Information request form. That's it. So, ma'am, do you not let members of the media in here, like Global News and, you know, places like that? You don't let members of the media in here? What a shame. Such a nice place, too, you know. What a nice picture. Oh, that's okay. I wish more people had an attitude like that. Hey, you've got an attitude like that versus attitude like this. Just would have got my Freedom of Information request form. I would have been on my way. Are the police on the way? Ma'am? Are the police on the way? Okay. Maybe they'll teach you that this is perfectly legal. And hopefully you apologize to me. Pardon me?
Can I get your name?
For what?
Because you said you're going to go to the 5th floor.
Is that where the Freedom of Information request form is?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to go up there.
Can I get your name?
No.
Okay, then no, because they need a name.
No, they
I
don't.
need to give them a call. They will ask your name, and then I can send you.
I don't need to give you my name to get a Freedom of Information request form.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of transparency? Do you know what transparency is?
Sorry, I need a service guy.
Sure, go ahead. So, ma'am, why would you need my name just to get a form? Why would you need my name just to get a form?
It's just a protocol. I will tell them that I'm sending this guy was named or this person of service. It's just a protocol.
Well,
Nothing else.
I don't have to give you my name, though.
What?
I don't have to give you my name.
Okay, if you don't want to give your name, then
You're going to deny me services?
I will not deny, but I told them. They said, give your name.
So will you deny me services or will they?
I won't. I will let them know.
So will they deny me? Can you find out?
I have no idea.
Okay. Can I see your guard card?
Sorry, what?
Can I see your guard card?
Which card?
Your guard card.
Card card?
Yeah, your security guard number.
Yes.
Can I see it, please?
I will have to ask my superior first.
I need to know your guard number. Upon request from a member of the public, you must show it. It's a part of your job.
Because you're filming me right now.
You can get in trouble.
I'm not feeling comfortable in front of the camera, sir.
You can get in trouble for not giving me your guard
I'm
card.
not feeling comfortable in front of the camera. Please, I'm calling the police again.
Okay, go ahead.
Before we enter, we see them create gun.
Calling the police again.
We're gonna back up.
He knows his rights. We know his rights. It's public building.
He knows his rights, we know his rights. This guy is, holy crap, guys.
Unless you know different. I know it's under
Thanks, Constable.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
How's it going?
Good. So anyways, they're just uncomfortable. Obviously, you
Yeah.
have rights and everything like that.
Yeah.
I've explained that to them. They understand that. So,
Okay.
you
I
want to
appreciate that.
identify yourself to me?
My name's Jay. My first
Jay.
name, Jay. No, I want to, yeah. Constable Ford?
Yep. 602.
Great. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you guys are...
Their one concern is just there's some services here that are maybe some people aren't comfortable with being known that they're using them. So if you respect that,
Of course.
respect people just
Yeah.
that are using these services.
I have been very respectful, but I'm sure you guys are aware the camera speaks for itself sometimes. It's just some people just think it's, you know,
No, I
uncomfortable.
understand
And
that, but yeah, when generally
I mean,
when
you-
people are coming here
yeah.
just to use these services. Sometimes it's not a service they're proud of using, or it's they're having a tough time or whatever. And just,
Yeah.
if you can be respectful
Yeah,
of those
of
people,
course.
it would be appreciated of it.
yeah, I will. I'll appreciate that request and cooperate. Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, perfect.
So, do you know if they're gonna let me get a Freedom of Information request form, or are they gonna deny me services?
What are you hoping for?
Freedom of Information request form just for the city, just a general one for the city.
That would be up to them to decide. I can't make a decision for them.
Customer service.
Yeah, she told me to speak to security, and then security called you guys. So I'm not sure.
So
where
you have a reason to be here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd go and ask for their FOI policy and how to go about it.
Sure, appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, you guys take care. Like, for example, if someone's, you know, dealing with their services there, I don't film that. I try not to capture audio. Yeah. I do want to speak to her next, though.
What's that?
I do want to speak to her next. She's the one that would have to let me upstairs.
Oh, is that where you get these?
Yeah, the 5th floor. Yeah, she told me it was the 5th floor, and she said she would have to let me up. So I'll just hang around until someone will speak to me.
So he's looking forward to get an FOI request?
Yeah.
An FOI request.
I'll give a call to the clerk's department.
Okay.
We will cancel.
Perfect. We
They-
can stick around if you want.
Hey, they could even bring it down. I don't have to go up.
So what do you want for FOI?
A Freedom of Information request form for the city. Just a general Freedom of Information request form for the city, for the town of North Bay. Town, right? City? Thank you. Have a good day, officers. Appreciate it.
Very good.
Want to wait for the next one? Or?
If you want to wait, I'm going to do
Sure.
I'll cover this.
Hello.
You just want a freedom of information?
Yep, that's all.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.
Did you get the form?
Yep, got it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Take care.
May I have your guard card number, ma'am? No? Okay. Just wanted to try one more time. Thank you.